Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Really glad to be in the studios today. Really grateful to get to spend some time with Marcus Wagner. Incredibly smart and very savvy at what he does. His company, ACT, ACCT, 2 TWO, is really helping take businesses to the next level by creating financial clarity, understanding. I love what you guys do. It is just so intuitive. And the website is act2.com. Make sure you put in 2 C's there. How are you, Marcus?
I'm well, Kevin. How are you this morning?
I am doing great. And why don't you tell us a little bit more about the great work of Act2?
You bet. Yeah, Act2's been around for about 5 years now, providing a combination of technology and services that helps CFOs and finance organizations add strategic value to their business. We're the number one reseller of the Intact cloud-based accounting software in the country. That's INTACCT. That's our partner based out of San Jose, California. And we also provide business process as a service where instead of just buying the software and running your own accounting department, our clients can actually outsource pretty much the entire accounting function to us. That would be everything from, the controller, publishing financials, doing account reconciliations, all the way down to, paying vendors, processing invoices, billing customers, collecting cash, and the like.
What would you say is the number one challenge you guys are facing today?
Our number one challenge is keeping up with the rapid growth that we're experiencing. We're basically doubling in revenue just about every year, and attracting and retaining the talent that we need, both in terms of the implementation consultants to implement the technology, as well as the accounting staff, whether it's a degreed accountant and a CPA, or somebody that's more of a clerk level person processing accounts payable. We just can't hire people fast enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's interesting because people talk about unemployment being up, but I tell you, when it comes to skilled labor, it's always opportunity with people who have skills. Absolutely,
yeah. What our philosophy is, when we meet a talented resource and we have an opportunity to hire them, even if it's not necessarily an acute need, we try to bring them onto the team because we know that we're going to need them down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, often you've got a topic for us. Did you have something you wanted to share with the audience today?
Yeah, I did. What's really on my mind these days, Kevin, is we had an event last month in Houston called the Tech Savvy CFO event, and the whole concept of a Tech Savvy CFO really describes what we're doing, what we're trying to help our customers become. The changing role of the CFO is really fascinating. If you think about what a chief financial officer has traditionally been responsible for in a company, it's running the accounting department, which is all of the mundane stuff of paying vendors and billing customers, collecting cash, and the like. They're responsible for publishing basic GAAP financial statements. They're responsible for managing compliance, so that's everything from regulatory compliance to taxes and the like. And if they're lucky, if that doesn't fill up their entire day or their entire week, they actually try to work on strategic things. But really, that's sort of really become a minimum standard today. The concept of a tech-savvy CFO, it really acknowledges the fact that technology today has brought the latest automation and business intelligence and reporting tools to even the smallest of companies at very cost-effective levels, and it's really transforming the role of the CFO.
That's an interesting concept because, to be perfectly frank, it seems like CIOs have enough trouble staying relevant and current because of all the changes. What are some of the things that you're suggesting to help maintain currency?
Well, so the first thing that we see, and this is sort of the outcomes that our customers typically see, is we come in and we look at a company's processes and we look at how they run their business, and we find that there are tons of manual processes that are taking place that a lot of times the CFO didn't realize could be automated at a fraction of the cost of, let's say, the people that are performing those functions. So we come in and we start automating a lot of these processes, and what we find is, and this is very typical across our whole customer base, a return on investment over 5 years of somewhere between 200 and 300% of what it costs them to implement the software and pay for the ongoing software subscription. And we're looking at payback periods on that investment of 6 months on average or less. So you're going to get your money back that you spend with Act 2 in 6 months or less, and then from that point forward, you're actually putting more money to the bottom line. Now, what's fascinating about that is that's really the minimum. If you're not looking to automate these processes, you're probably wasting money, or worse, you may be getting left behind by your competition. Once you've done that and you've actually automated everything you can, that's when the CFO and his or her organization actually have the time and the ability to start looking at the data, understanding insights into what's going on in the business. And really, if you mentioned CIO or Chief Information Officer, I think the CFO can become the Chief Information Officer for the company and be responsible for not just the basic financials, but the key performance indicators that are important to run the business on.
Yeah, no question about it. So, final thoughts on that? Are you going to be doing future events like this on CFOs?
Yeah, we do a lot of events. That one was a local event that we did at the Hotel Zaza in Houston, which is a great venue. We'll be hosting more events there, as well as events in our offices here in Houston. But I know that there are national listeners out there as well. We do a lot of webinars, online type events as well. So just come to our website at www.act2.com, ACCTTWO.com. And you can find information about our latest events there.
Yeah, I encourage people to do that, and it's such a no-brainer. Right now, it's been since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, really since the beginning of mankind, that labor's always one of, if not the biggest cost of business. And, what you've done with tools called technology is just extraordinary. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and Kevin, it's really, I always tell my customers when they're thinking about, you're going to come in and help me cut headcount. Nobody wants to hear that. What we're really talking about is redeploying resources to their highest and best use. And when I ask somebody, is it really a good use of money to pay somebody to do something manually that could be done in an automated fashion? Obviously, the answer is no. So redeploying those people to work with customers or to analyze data and get insights into the business, that's where the bang for the buck is.
Marcus Wagner, he is a regular contributor on The Price of Business, does a fabulous job as always. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks for having me, Kevin. I enjoyed it.
You bet. When we come back, we're going to have more for you on tomorrow's program. Do want to remind you, the show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com. Have a great day. Spend it wisely on this station.